the most important questions I ask are, what do you want your health for? What I'm going to ask you to do is going to be difficult. You're going to give up foods that you crave, that you enjoy, that give you a lot of pleasure. You're going to begin eating foods that are new and unfamiliar. You'll have to learn how to cook in a new way, shop in a new way, and have a new relationship with your food. And that's going to take some effort. And so people need to have a clear reason to want to put in that effort. And so that conversation, what do you want your health for? Sometimes it's, I want to be able to walk my son down the aisle at his wedding. I want to dance with my daughter at her wedding. I want to see my kids graduate. I want to play with my children again. I want to be there for my spouse. So another way of getting at this is there someone that you care so much about that if they were asleep in a house that was beginning to have the smoke roll out of the windows, beginning to be on fire, that without thinking, you would run into that house to save their life, or something that you care so passionately about. And if they do, now I can work with them to identify, okay, in order to be more successful for that person, we need to improve your health. And what are the steps that we're going to begin to work at one by one? If there is nothing that they care that much about, or if they don't know what they want their health for, then I suggest that we have them work with one of our talk therapists because they've lost hope. And without hope, people have slipped into despair and they don't understand that they still have any locus of control, that their actions matter. So then I have to go back to help restore that sense of hope and possibility. And that's, we usually work with some mental health professionals to get the person through that challenge. Well, typically what happens is they begin having more joy in their life. So the quality of life is just immediately begins to improve by having that locus of control and by experiencing that hope. And that's before any of the biochemistry changes. Just that is a huge first step. And then as we identify what are the diet and lifestyle factors we're going to work on, and it might be meditation at first. It might be exercise at first. I'll encourage them to do diet right away. But this is a negotiation with the patient and their family. What is the area that they're willing to work on first? And we start there. And as we address diet, we improve the biochemistry of life. As we address stress reduction, we're reducing the cortisol level. As we exercise, we begin to improve mitochondrial efficiency. So what I'm impacting shifts a little bit depending on what part of diet and lifestyle the patient is working on. Now, if you're going to be in my clinical trials, Nick, I make you do it all at once. So it's a bigger, and we warn people that it's a bigger job because we're going to try and have you do it all at once. And we ask this to be a family intervention. And of course, the more of the intervention you can do, the more likely, the more rapid the changes will occur, and the more change you'll be able to experience. But it needs to be sustainable, and it needs to be what you and the family are willing to do together. If the whole family commits to, I'm doing this intervention, we're going to do the diet together, we'll do the meditations together, we'll do the workouts together, that family will be very successful. And often what we see then, Nick, is the family experiences health transformations all around the family. Suddenly the children are having better grades, better athletic performance. The spouse is discovering that their blood sugar is better, that they in fact are having more joy, and that it's easier for them to get along at work. And so as the family is recognizing the success in one another, then of course, this builds on more and more success overall. And then, the primary care doc and the neurologist says, man, whatever you're doing, you keep it up because good things are happening.